Tyler bringing heat. We ain't even hit the peak.
It feels like we've known each other for years.
I've seen D-Bird on camera. I've seen his stupid little dab, and I hate it. I've seen Cody Nash, jittery and amped up when he's excited about, conspiracy theory he wants to talk about. I would have been more surprised if somebody behaved differently than what I've already come to know.
It's crazy to see you and you and you.
Soul of a golden god, by my team, imagine the rapping and then wrote it off. No fraud, an MC and a sex beast. Trying to find a balance, truly excel when I spread cheese. Yeah, I'm what the internet needs, but what the streets hate. It's my birthday, come blow the candle out on this beefcake. Stop lying, tell the truth. I am legend, this is the bar you measure to.
We didn't think this was real.
Maybe we should all just link up and do some music together.
How serious are we about putting together an album and then having it filmed?
Alas, alas. Hath returned. Where's my volume? Here we go. Ah, man. Whoops, not that one. All right. Well, welcome to Wednesday. What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and gals, men and women? I'm Dice. As you may know, this is the White Collar Rhyme subscriber show. Here to hang out, chit chat, do some things, some fun things maybe, some strange things probably, but all in all, have a good time. Hope everybody's doing good out there. What day is it? Oh, it's almost the middle of March. It's spring break, depending on where you are. Spring is in the air. I don't know if love is in the air. Pollen's definitely in the air. Disease is in the air. Bender's shooting at me because that's what Bender does. Bender was chaos. I thought I made that bigger. Hold on. Where's that thing at? There we go. Yeah. That's what Bender does. He's an agent of chaos, as am I. So, that's what we're here to do. How's things going out there in the PNW? I believe that's known as the Pacific Northwest. Is that what y'all call it? What do y'all call yourselves? The PNW? It seems like a mouthful. I don't know what we call it. Where am I from? Florida? Southeast? The South? Where does the South start? What state begins the South? And when does the South end when you're going west? I guess Texas? Because people don't call Arizona or New Mexico the South, even though they're southern states, quote unquote. It's the West. All right. Well, anyway, enough rambling. They don't exist? Shit. I mean, I know some pretty cool, well, I know a couple cool people in Arizona. Do I know anybody? I used to know somebody in New Mexico. New Mexico is only famous for what? Breaking Bad? That's where Breaking Bad was filmed at, little house in New Mexico. What up, Casanova? That's got to be crazy to take a piece of land from a whole country and then call it the new version of that country, but yet it's like a small portion of a whole entirely other country. New Mexico. It'd be wild if there was a country called York in Jersey out there somewhere in the world. But that's what we do in America. We just take people's stuff and then put new in front of it and call it our own. We're pretty good at that. New America, that's right. I'm surprised that hasn't come up as a potential name, you know. I feel like if we paid more respect and attention to South America, and then we felt like we needed to separate ourselves from Canada and Mexico, the U.S. would just become New America. We already changed the Gulf. It's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. It's the Gulf of the United States. What the hell did Donald Trump name it? Gulf of America? Gulf of the United States? That was wild. I spent 40 years of my life calling it the Gulf of Mexico only to find out I was wrong. Because some dude elected president said, we're not having that shit. But hey, like I said, that's what we do here. New America coming 2027. If there was like a gambling website, you could probably bet on that. Speaking of gambling, shout out Bam Adebayo. Kobe who? Kobe what? 84 points last night. Putting some whooping on the Washington Wizards. I didn't watch the whole game. I saw and heard moments of it. Like he had 30 something in the first quarter. And he was just killing it. But any Kobe fans out there? How do y'all feel about Kobe Bryant now being the number 3 greatest player in NBA history? After LeBron and Bam Adebayo. Easiest 84? You think so? Yeah, man, I watched the fourth quarter. His last 4 points he scored, there was triple teaming him with a minute left and down 30. What for? Why? Why are we doing that? Nothing. Make it make sense. If David Stern were alive, he would have walked on the court mid fourth quarter and said, we need to replay this game. Like when Chris Paul was supposed to go to the Lakers, they was like, nah, this don't feel right. Go back to the Hornets. And then he ended up on the Clippers, and the Clippers actually became good. But then we found out Donald Sterling was a huge racist, and they took that team from him. And then gave it to, what's the guy at Microsoft? Hold on. Bill? Hold on. Clippers owner. Steve Ballmer. Gave it to Steve Ballmer. He did his thing for a while. And then we found out that he helped orchestrate Kawhi Leonard getting a brand deal and not doing any work. How come we're not more critical of Kawhi Leonard? Yeah, David definitely would have called halftime and said, hey, y'all need to slow it down. Send Draymond Green out there and trip him or tackle him or something. Put him in a choke slam. Bam Adebayo can't do this. Can't sully Kobe's name. But why aren't we getting on Kawhi Leonard? How do you get a brand deal for a tree planting company and not plant any trees? Especially if you're injured all the time. I like Kawhi though. What's 8? What's up, 8 Pile Mons? 8'em? I'm butchering that. Just tell me what to call you. If I was Kawhi and I got paid $1 million and I was injured and they said, hey, this might be a fake contract, but all you got to do is plant a tree or two, or even talk about planting trees. Sounds like an easy win, right? Get all the tree lovers on your side. You get your endorsement money. Get the heat off of your back from people investigating you, investigating your team, saying it's a sham. Hey there, you're late, but I appreciate you being here. What's going on in the world? In the PNW, as Jacob calls it. Y'all good out there? Y'all getting some rain? It rained here last night. It stormed. I survived. No tornadoes. I think it's supposed to get hot Call me the lemon guy. Oh, you're the lemon guy. What's up, lemon? Lemonado? Did you make that song about the bear that I tried to talk you out of? I respect you for it, but I'm just telling you, like, my honest feeling is nobody wants to hear that, bro. Not at all. What did you say? You want to make a song about a bear? Hold on, I gotta read this. Nah, let him cook is crazy. Hold on. Making the song about a Sovietic bear, Wojtek, who was a soldier and drink beer. There's no way this is gonna be a good song. I'm sorry. I mean, you can try it. It'll be one of those things where I say try it and keep it to yourself. Like a home experiment, you know, like when you were a kid and well, I don't know what kids do nowadays, but when we were kids and you didn't have like phones and tablets that you take to the bathroom with you, like, you know, everybody be sitting on the toilet texting their best friends nowadays. But back in my day, you'd be sitting in the bathroom and you just be like, you know, you'd light tissue on fire with your dad's lighter. You take the soap and the cologne and the shit on the counters and mix it all together and be like, oh, I just made some concoction. We used to do crazy shit in the bathroom just to kill time. And I guess it's the same thing now. You just jump on your phone and doom scroll for whatever, or maybe it was just me. I don't know. It might be a little bit crazy to ask y'all what did y'all used to do in the bathroom as kids, because I don't really want to know. I'm just rambling and shit. Yeah, you could submit a somewhat swaggy, sad song. We got a few songs people have submitted, so knock yourself out. We got one from Unit, one from Robot, one from Catalyst, one from Dove. All Savant might have something, and we got something from Casanova Westside. Play dice in the bathroom. Did you like practice your skills so that when you went to school the next day, you can run the table up on people and then take all their money? That's not a bad idea though, to be honest with you. Practice your dice rolls, get some loaded dice. Nah, don't get loaded dice because you probably get beat up if people find out about it. But I guess when you're a kid, nobody really comes across that stuff, you know. You might get some in a trick store or something, figure out how it works, and then your friends might get suspicious, but then they got to prove it. And that's when you take off running with the dice and you just say, you know what? Y'all got it, man. The flick of the wrist. Oh, man. What else is going on in the world? Bam Adebayo, 84 points. Easy dub. Where does Bam Adebayo rank in the greatest of all time? Between Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Robert Horry, Steve Kerr, and Kobe Bryant. Oh yeah, and Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan's up there too. People forget Tim Duncan has as many trophies as Kobe. Well, I guess we got to include Shaq too. 67. Nah, man. Bam is easily number 4, possibly number 3 right now. Jordan, LeBron, Bam Adebayo. Gotta be, right? 84 points. We're not seeing that again. Unless it's from Bam, part 2. It's crazy. Wemby can't put up 84. What is he, 7'4"? Nothing. Scrub. Scrub compared to Bam. Steph Curry, who? Let's see. What's Lemon talking about? Your president is a Nazi? That's crazy, man. I hope they don't do surveillance on your chats and take you away. If they do, that's not Lemonado, that's somebody else. It's hacked. Now, I think everybody goes to that stage where they feel like they're decent and then they suck But I think that's why I say if you're gonna make a track about a Soviet bear, keep it to yourself. Like you got to have those tracks that you make for yourself that are throwaway, like those little like personal timestamps where you appreciate it. Maybe everybody else isn't gonna appreciate it, but you can at least rock with it and vibe out, play it for yourself. Maybe you get a girl or boy if you're Stevie, and you know you play it for them, and they're trying to just get in your pants anyway, so they tell you how great it is. They're like, oh yeah, I love that song that you made about that Soviet bear in the snow planting landmines in the mountains, invading Poland. Give you some draws, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But yeah, stuff like that, that's how you polish your craft. Just make a bunch of songs that maybe they aren't the best, but you can try new things. You can try singing. You try rapping at a different cadence, try different voice, try different levels and stuff. Not everything is made for other people to consume. Some things are made for you to work out the details of your future work. Or you can make a song about shrimp, you know? The Janet Jackson stuff. You mean when her nipple came out? In the Super Bowl? Did you see that? Were you alive for that? I always got to ask people, were they alive for some of the events that were memorable in my past? Like, some of y'all weren't alive when the towers went down. People were asking in the lounge the other day, where were you at when 9/11 happened? I was in gym class on the field doing laps. I was exercising early in the morning because I think it was too rainy or cold to actually play on the field. So the coach just made us do laps. We're walking back in and people start, you know, I guess the coaches heard about it first, and then they told a couple of the kids. So everybody was like, man, something just happened in New York. I get back in, I think I was either in social studies or I was in algebra. And then we watched it on TV. We watched the second tower go down. But then I remember talking to some of the people in the Discord. Y'all weren't even alive for that. Y'all weren't alive when you could go to the airport and you could literally walk your friends and family to their gate and watch their plane take off, you know, without having to go through TSA and get your bags checked, take your shoes off and all that other stuff. Like you could walk up to the gate and literally like escort them to the, you know, the little, what do they call a little gate thing that attaches to the plane? I guess that's the gate itself, but you can walk them right up to it and just say, deuces, bro. See you when you get back. Can't do that no more. Well, couldn't do that after 9/11, I should say. But yeah, shit was crazy. So I gotta ask, like, where were you at when these things happened? Where were you at when Janet Jackson had her nipple come out the Super Bowl halftime show? Because I was there. I was watching. It was great. Shout out Janet Jackson. And shout out Justin Timberlake, too, for doing that. I know people hated him for a while. They're like, man, Justin, how could you do that? How could you rip off her costume and show her nipple ring, her sundial nipple ring? That's crazy, bro. Somebody had to do it.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Someone had to take one for the team. Like, we knew it was there. Why you think Jermaine Dupri stayed with her so long? He's like, man, I know something's down there. I'm trying to see. And Justin showed him the way. Showed him the beacon. The nipple beacon. The light that shine upon him. Super Bowl was great. Who's performing at the Super Bowl halftime show next year? We had Bad Bunny this year. And we got to find out that half of America hates Americans, which is weird. Because Puerto Ricans are American. We had this discussion at the start of the show. Yeah, and we found out even the Americans who don't hate Americans, they hate that not all Americans speak English. I logged on to Facebook. I don't know why. God knows why. But I just popped on to Facebook. Oh yeah, I think somebody messaged me on Facebook. I don't check the shit, but for one person, they messaged me. And then like one of the first things I see was most boring halftime show ever. or worst halftime show ever. I'm like, shit. I remember working with you. Like half of your staff don't even speak English. Do you walk into your job and be like, worst staff ever? None of y'all speak English as a first language. That'd be crazy, right? Walking into a Mexican restaurant. Ah, worst Mexican restaurant ever. All they speak is Spanish. That's some wild shit to say. But hey, you know, the game's the game. You get to see who people are when they're put in situations of uncomfort. And I guess Spanish makes some people uncomfortable. Who would have thought, right? With all this stuff on the news? Who would have thought, huh? Look at us. All right. Well, anyway, I know we got a few musics to play. I know that's not proper English grammar, but that's how I say it. Bird's not here. I'm doing my own thing. Shout out to y'all hanging out. If there's anything y'all want to talk about, let me know. In the meantime, I got a track here from Unit, the Norwegian god himself. First Studio One mix. Shout out to Catalyst for helping with the template. Solo version of a song he's going to have a feature on. I got beef with features, but we'll talk about that after this song. But I got beef with features. I got beef with ciphers in general. Saw Stevie ask me we should do a WCR cipher. Fuck no. Been there, done that. But anyway, here's January 31st by Unit.
I was born in the winter of January 31st in a country full of snow. When I was made, I had this thirst. It makes sense, I'm often cold and I'm beautifully immersed. What's left is for this art of mine to prove to you my worth. It's taking a while because I'm taking my time. My life is divine when 2CB write my lines. I take a pill and I climb onto the peak of the high. I gotta clear on my sinus after peaking this time. I'm feeling low and it's not fair, so I fixed it with something till I don't know how I got here. Alone and I got scared. Don't you worry about my pain, it's just mine anyway. It's been a while since my mind cleared. I've been smoking all this dope when I don't have any dough. Think my mind isn't right here. My mind isn't right here. It's been a while, I ain't addressed all of my issues to nobody but my mirror. Ironic, what I'm seeing isn't clearer. Like my own reflection of myself, it's just a guy and I don't feel him. Think I lost my glass of water, but you know that I must spill it still. Water down emotions that I really feel. No, I ain't made progress, but just know I wanna really heal. I was born in the winter, but I was born to be a winner. Life is unfair, so I think it's right to be a sinner.
Damn, that's crazy, Limonado. Let
My
Unit
pages,
cook.
take a look. I've been in a place of trying to express myself in hooks. It's not often how it looks. You can see me crying, times feel like I'm dying, lying in my bed, thinking of the worst that she said. Life is short, let's make the most of it. My wrist really bled. Night is young, let's take a toast for it. The happiness spread. I just wanna leave to write my songs alone, and instead I'm feeling low and it's not fair, so I fixed it with something till I don't know how I got here. Alone and I got scared. Don't you worry about my pain, it's just mine anyway. It's been a while since my mind cleared. I've been smoking all this dope when I don't have any dough. Think my mind isn't right here. My mind isn't right here.
All right, that was Unit with January 31st, the solo version. Planning on getting the feature on here. My first question would be why? It's already 2 minutes long, and you already have a couple verses on here. Unless you're planning on replacing the verse, what would a feature really add to this solo song? Unless, I mean, I guess in a remix fashion, that would make sense, but I don't know. I guess unless it's like a little special feature in your heart, I like it as a solo song. I think Unit is a solid artist. So, you know, obviously English as a second language, as he's pointed out, but he has a good grasp of, I would say, approaching it from an American style without, you know, having an overpowered accent or sounding out of the pocket. You know, he sounds pretty comfortable in what he does, and I think his level of comfort shows in the quality of his work. I think the mix is fine on this. One piece of advice that I could give to you to recommend that might help you in your future endeavors in music making is, let me play it a little bit.
It's been a while, I ain't addressed all of my issues to nobody but my mirror. Ironic, what I'm seeing isn't clearer.
Address any issues to anybody in my mirror. ... Clearer. One thing that I would recommend to all artists is, unless the song really kind of calls for pointing out certain things that you're saying, try to just approach the flow in a more natural cadence. Like, I don't need you to highlight mirror, clearer. Like, I feel like the more naturally you express the statements, the less it feels like the rhymes are forced. Like, if you just said, let me back it up and see what he actually said.
Yeah, it's been a while, I ain't addressed all of my issues to nobody but my mirror.
I ain't addressing no issues to nobody but my mirror. Like, you don't have to. Yes, there are like things where you want some inflections and whatnot, but inflection should be used to express emotions, not to highlight the whole word. Unless the word itself is like an emotional word. Like, I feel like you did that a lot to where you like if you were writing this on a piece of paper, mirror would have been capitalized, clearer would have been capitalized. Like, you emphasize those whole words, but mirror and clearer are a noun and an adjective. It's not a emotion. I mean, I guess an emotion is an adjective, but in this case, mirror, why would you highlight mirror? Just say it normally in the same tone and same feeling of the whole line itself. Because I feel like when you start just highlighting words randomly, it just feels like a forced rap voice. And I tell people all the time, like, rap voices just sound manufactured. But overall, I think the flow is still solid. That would just be my piece of advice for going forward, is just approach it like you were just having a conversation with somebody. And I think a lot of people sometimes approach making music like a play on the stage. Like, I gotta be a showman all the time. Some songs might call for that, but I don't think every song really calls for that. And I think this song is more so something where you're just like having like a conversational piece. And I think it would sound better to me, a little bit more dialed back in some of those inflections. But I would give this I give it a 7.5 out of 10, because I think at times it does feel kind of empty. But I think the problem with that is more so, and that's the beat being empty. But from an artist perspective, you got to kind of like bring out that feeling and make sure we feel full in our listening. Don't just leave me like feeling like, where am I going to get the bits and pieces from and searching for it. But I think it's still a good track. 7.5. That's fair, right? I'm fair. I can be. All right. What's next? Robot. Echoes. This man's sticking with the number theme. How do we feel about androids? Are y'all gonna get one of those little Tesla robots? Come in and wash your clothes, do your dishes? What if the robots had a sense of humor and like they go to wash your clothes and your drawers got stains in them and shit, and they're like, damn bro, wipe your ass next time. Or you didn't finish your plate of food and like, bro, just wasting food while it's washing the dishes. Pay good money for that steak. You couldn't even eat the last 2 bites. Making your robot run your Stardew farm? I don't know. It feels like slavery. Is there cotton on that farm, Jacob? Feels a little close. I don't know. As long as you don't call that farm a plantation, I guess it's all good. I guess it's all good. Be careful with that. Robot's gonna have like an underground railroad. Climb out the back door of Jacob's house. He won't know. We'll get you out of there. Get you off that farm. All right, here's a robot. Echoes.
Guess I'll start writing. My shrink says I'm sick. My shirt says I'm sick. Guess I'll start writing. My shirt says I'm sick.
Feelings at last, neck of one blast. Stuck in retreat, I scream at the past. Down on my feet, why do we dream? The pictures they're painting, the portrait is staining. No matter the cycles of washing and draining. Stuck in my blood, the echoes of vision is lacking precision to cut through the flood. The bridges are burned,
Gotta need service.
with nowhere to turn. The pride is the surface, is polished and perfect. But under the lack of the shadows I learned. Attack at the purpose, I live with my curses. On this, doodle on that, a pen and turn back at the purpose. I live with my curses. Scribble on this, doodle on that, a pen to the pad, I peel off the mask. Feelings at last, neck of one blast. Stuck in retreat, I scream at the past. Stand on my feet, what does it mean? The pride of my mind, the clock with no hands. Despite what I've done, it still makes demands. I still wanna shine, I'm still on my grind. Business is booming, the fitness is prime.
The man, the omega, spinning the Sega.
My knuckles are bruised from debtor to beggar. The submitting money, the outlook is sunny. But honey is bitter with motives of money and still have the doubt. So look at me now, the product's a portrait the kids think about. I look at the crown, the ghost in the fiction. They don't have a clue what the fuck is the picture. Why do I care? My ghost in the crowd, all made of dust, our heads in the cloud. Why does success define what is equal? The book's at the end and I'm chasing the sequel. Scribble on this, doodle on that, a pen to the pad, I peel off the mask. Feelings at last, neck of one blast. Stuck in retreat, I scream at the past.
Alright. That was Echoes by Robot. I guess first and foremost, at the 1 minute mark, you had that like hiccup in the beat where it just didn't, the tempo just fell apart there, but you just picked it up and kept recording. I would fix that. I think you got a good flow, you got a good voice, and you got a good presence. Like you do all the technical stuff really sound. I think my only real criticisms of this is just, slight nuances in the mix. I just wish there was more of a de-esser on it because it had a lot of, not a lot, but just some noticeable sibilance in some parts. Only having heard maybe about 4 or 5 of your tracks, this one, the mix on your vocals sounded really thin and just more so in the high range. I would add a little bit more low end body to it. Like the way me personally, when I usually mix, is if the beat itself has a lot of bass, then I make the vocals thinner. If the beat doesn't have a lot of low end in itself, then I keep the vocals a little bit thicker to kind of fill out some of that frequency space. But this beat, it didn't have a lot of like heavy kicks or drums in it, but your voice sounded thin on top of it. And I think in that essence, when you're thinking of the sonic spectrum, that's when the sibilance really stands out. So that's why I would say, with the de-esser plus like adding some more on the low end EQ, it might help fill out like the overall body of the sonic spectrum. But nah, man, you know what you're doing. I mean, you're solid. Maybe some like layers here and there might help touch it up and, make it sound a little bit more fancy, more sexy, more cool. But, all in all, it's a good track. I give this do I like it better than Unit's track? A smidgen. I'll give it an 8. Just a smidgen. What we got next? Catalyst. How's everybody doing? Y'all hanging out there? Lemon, what does wows mean? Does that mean you're tired of watching and you want me to just shut up and move on? Does it mean you love the track that's being played? Are you wowed? Is the energy amazing? What does that mean? Better not be a slur in your native tongue. Don't force my hand. How's everybody else doing? What time does Rogue Jepsen land? Isn't it about that time? It's getting close. Shout out Rogue Jepsen. Flew all the way from the United Kingdom to America, only to land at the announcement that Iran plans on sending drones to the West Coast. How about that? Who would have thought? Huh? What up, Sully? What's going on? What does the CC in your name stand for? Credit card? Bykov's credit card? Copyright? Okay. Hello, Stevie. You don't have it, though? That's okay. Copyrights are expensive. I trademarked my name because for years I was like, man, I got to prevent people from stealing my name. It's so cool. Everybody tells me, oh man, that's clever. That's unique. And then I trademarked it and I'm like, shit, that was a lot of fucking money I could have spent on fruit snacks and cereal. God damn. Could have bought some more cereal. But I guess it's worth it. I own my trademark. Yay. Maybe I should do one of those like yearly audits where I go and check for people on the internet who use my name and press legal charges against them. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking only in America. They had the option. So after you file your trademark in America, they have the option. They give you the option to say, hey, you know, this only applies to America. Would you like us to go and apply for it internationally in other countries? And then when you start thinking about how much it would cost to own your namesake in multiple countries, you basically become like, fuck that. Nah, I'm good. I'll keep my Americanism to myself right now. I'll keep my United Statesism to myself, I guess I should say. One time I became countryist. It's like, nah, screw those other countries. If you want to be paradise in China, hey man, put me on a t-shirt. Don't forget about me. That's all I got to say. You want to be paradise in Germany? Knock yourself out. Just don't forget about me during the, what is that? The festival, the annual festival. I don't want to be a bigot, and I'm ignorant, but I'm not a bigot. So just tell me what the festival is. Patents, depends on the patent, right? If your patent is something where people would make a lot of money replicating it, your patent is super useful. If your patent is just because, oh man, I invented a way to pick up dog poop in my backyard without using my hands, might not be that useful, right? So like, it all depends on the usefulness of your patent and how likely it is that it can be reproduced in mass. So can it be mass produced at a low cost? Like if you invent a faster, a better soda can, for example, if you patent a more efficient soda can, not that this can get any more efficient, probably different shapes, different sizes, but if you patent a new version of a soda can, oh yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar that's a useful patent, because the moment some other company tries to use your soda can, you basically license your design to them and you become rich off of that. But if you invent a soda can that only fits in your, fat elf hands, nah, nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to hold a can like Fat Elf Man. Be for real. Be fucking for real. But yeah, if you own the patent on your Jordan 21 sneakers because you're Michael Jordan and your whole likeness goes into what those sneakers look like and people stores selling out of those shoes in the United States, hell yeah, Michael Jordan is going to go to China and say, you know what, I own trademark copyright on this shit. You guys got to stop manufacturing cheap versions of my shoes because I'm losing money on these scammers, selling off-brand versions of Jordans. So I agree. It's a yes and no thing. Can a patent be useless? Sure. Can a patent also be your ticket to success in a lot of licensing deals? Absolutely. But you got to know your market. But you didn't hear that from me. I'm just a random black guy on the internet. What up, All Savant? Time for a full All Savant track. It's about damn time. Gunshots. First up, Catalyst. Cat vs. Rough Draft. Think you're leveling up for real, for real. 49 seconds. That's a level up for me. Oh man, I love it when a track is under 2 minutes.
All I ask, move it slow, spend the time up in smoke. Never lied, never choked, never crashed, never thrown, never last. Why does it never last? Fuck, thought we had it all, wasn't love it all, barely worth the fall. Hoping that you call, lost in the moment, lost with no focus, cost to devotion, lost in this ocean. Can't navigate through these ways, prone to the pain, lost in our ways, onto the stage, drained from the brain, find yourself lost. I hope things will change as we grow and evolve, but for now I'm lost and you might be the cause. Endlessly hoping for these memories to fall, and to no prevail, so just remember, it's me and you forever.
You and who? Who are you talking to? Is that the girl you knocked up? Had your little baby scare? Making songs about her now? Look at you, man. Hold on, man.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Look at you.
Give me flowers.
Proud of you, man.
Give me flowers.
Did you get her flowers for Valentine's Day?
Give me flowers.
Did you get her some chocolates? Some chocolate covered strawberries and shit?
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Ladies like that. Get her a little bouquet, tulips.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
Shout out Catalyst. Doing some grown man stuff. Alright. Anyway. Oh, not that one? You got a Sancho? You got a side piece?
I know that ain't who I think it is.
She pull up and it's another car in your driveway? You gotta explain your way out of that one? Huh? It's my cousin. It's just my cousin. Hanging out with my cousin. We just playing some Fortnite. Hopping on the fort with my cousin. Right? That's what you gotta say. Saver in your phone is Pizza Hut. Why is Pizza Hut always calling you? Oh man, they be fucking up my order. I know Jimmy in the counter. He just called me. Let me know to get it right. Cousin come over a lot. That's right, man. Shit. How close were you and your cousin when you were growing up? Y'all be hanging out a lot. She don't got no friends? Nah, man, she's a loner. She's an introvert. She always be over here just bothering me and stuff. It's all cool though. It's good. Yeah. And so it's about your ex. That's cool. Real quick before I talk about this song some more. Sully, I saw what you said about submitting the unreleased music. Good luck with that, man. Always good to seek opportunities for not necessarily like attention, but like to see what else other people, colleagues are doing and all the other good jazz. So yeah, cool, good stuff. Oh, my bad, Robot. My bad, Catalyst. I didn't mean to blow up your spot, bro. My bad.
Yeah, beat it.
My bad, bro. Shout out to your cousin though. She a real one. I like this. I like the flow in this song. I think that was the main thing. I know you started rapping like a year ago and some change. That was the main thing that I could pick up when you first started rapping is like, I think you just really have to get comfortable and used to your voice and like trying different things. Like even on that track that you did the other day that I was jumping in on unannounced, you know, just kind of invited myself to that party. But like when you try things like singing, when you try things like rapping fast or rapping slower than you normally do, like the main thing is like mastering what you think your voice should sound like and being confident in whatever you're saying. So if you're trying to sing a note, hanging on to that note is like you're Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom and you're like hanging off the side of the cliff and you got the little glowing skull orb shit in your little pouch and the little Indonesian boy is like, Indy, hand me the pouch. And you're like, do I hand him the pouch or do I hold on to this lost treasure? Like, hang on to that shit. So yeah, like, I think your voice sounded really confident in this one. It's only 49 seconds. Let me play a little bit more.
It all barely worth the fall. Hoping that you call lost in the moment, lost with no focus, cost to devotion, lost in this ocean. Can't navigate through these waves, prone to the pain, lost.
Yeah, so like what I was telling Unit at the start of the show, like you put inflection in the lines and not just in a particular word. So like you're just inflecting the whole line itself. You're putting the emotion in the expression and not in a particular word within the expression. And that's what I was trying to uneloquently say to Unit, is like, make sure that your peaks and valleys of your vocal range match the feelings that you're trying to evoke. So like when you go lost in the da, like that's expressing emotion in the statement and not just one word within the statement. So like, I like how you switch it up a little bit and you kind of didn't feel like you were second guessing yourself. I think that's what I hear a lot of times in some of your experiments, is you kind of second guess what you're doing, and just like own that shit. Just go back. And it's okay to like try something and then realize that you can't necessarily accomplish it. So then you scrap it or go back and redo it or whatever. Like there's sometimes when I'll record something and I can't hit a note, or I mispronounce something, or I don't have enough breath control. Like you got to go back and just rewrite it, redo it, or that other stuff. It's okay to make mistakes and learn as you go. Right. So, but I think this was dope. I guess my only question would be, do you plan on finishing it as a solo songs, like more verses to it, all that other stuff? But for where it's at, I would give this a 8.5. Next up, Fallen Dove. Do you? ? Self-produced and unmixed. A double whammy. Good Lord. Love that. After that, we got All Savant, then Casanova, then Jacob, then Sully, and then I saw Classy typing. Mr. Classy, you out? Oh, there he is. Gifting some subs. Shout out Classy. Hold the Horses. Classy's back. And I learned probably later than I probably should have, or maybe I've known this all the time, but I just forgot. Classy's not in Canada. He's actually down the highway in Dallas. My fault, fam. I used to say that I'm not from around here, but I've been in Texas more of my life than I lived in Florida now. Kind of rubs me the wrong way. I got it working. It's working. Here's Mind Games by Classy. Shout out Classy. Oh, wait. There we go. Traveling to Arizona. Jacob hates Arizona. Jacob said Arizona doesn't exist. Jacob, show yourself in the chat. Nah, don't be like safe travel. Nah, don't back down now. Say it with your chest, Jacob. Say what you said at the top of the show.
Tired of these mind games, tired of pretending we okay, smiling through pain just to save face. We bound up, it's not the same. Shorties, we tired of these mind games. Wish we could stop before it's too late. Say we both change when the night fades. Every morning we stay the same. I know it's wrong, but still I stay. Hoping something maybe we would change. Lie to myself, it's just a phase. But deep inside, I feel away. We said we good, we said we straight. But love shouldn't ever feel this way. Holding on just out of fear of being alone when you're not here. Tried to ignore what my heart was saying. Every breath like I kept explaining. Stuck in the loop, just hesitating. Losing myself while we keep pretending. Everyone inside I kept escaping. Cut it low, we just suffocating. We both know where this is heading, but we scared to say that it's ending. Truly sweet, tired of these mind games. Tired of pretending we okay. Smiling through pain just to save face.
Yeah. We both know it's not the same. I should probably go another way. Every time I try to walk away. Got something to say that made me stay. Fighting for this life, make today feel like yesterday. Say it's gonna change, but it don't change. Saying broken words, a different way. I know what it is, but still I play. Running from the truth, I never say. We both know this ain't what it should be. Still holding on to what you stood me. Said we change, but we never do. Slowly watching it fall out of view. I know it's hurting me, it's hurting you too. We see the signs, but we play it cool. We say it's fine, but I know it's not true. Two broken hearts trying to make it through. Shorty sweet, tired of these mind games, tired of pretending. Smiling through pain just to save face. We both know it's not the same. Shorty sweet, tired of these mind games. Wish we could stop before we stop late. Say we both change when it's night fades. Every morning we stay the same.
Right, that's Mind Games by Classy. Let me rewind a little bit.
Right deep inside, I feel the weight on, just out of fear.
Alright, yeah, I know what I want to say. Shout out Classy. Always super consistent. Definitely loved like the growth that I've seen from you over the years. I know it's been a minute since you popped in on this show, but glad you stuck around and popped back in. Look, I think this is cool. The one thing that I probably, maybe a little bit subjectively question and slightly recommend. So you have throughout the entirety of the song, you have your main, your low vocal, and then you have your higher tone singing that's in the background. I think it works well for the hook. I would like to hear, maybe not all of the verses, but like parts of the verses where it's just your low tone vocal by itself. Like, especially in the start of that second verse when you're like really getting into it, like right here.
Every time I try to walk away.
I feel like the high tone vocals in the background is somewhat of a distraction. Not necessarily like I'm not paying attention to what you're saying, but I feel like it would like just come off a little bit smoother with just the lower tone. Maybe even double the lower tone if you want to give it a little bit of body. But I feel like at least for like the first 4-8 bars of the second verse, taking out that background, vocal with the pitch correction on it. But everything else I like about it. Only other nitpick I have is this. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But everything else about it, I like the track. Like I said, Classy's super consistent. I like his music. I give this an 8.5. I think it's dope. I think it's good. I like it. Shout out Classy. Robot. You jumped in the chat like right after I finished with your track. The main things that I said with your track was shit, I don't know. Oh, I said it was like kind of thin in the vocals in the mix. Maybe add a little bit of low end body in it because in the vocal EQ because the beat didn't have a lot of low end. But I think you like solid as well. Yeah, Classy. I mean, like I said, that was just kind of like my subjective, like, what would I do if I was in the studio and listening to his shit? Robot, hold on, let me listen. Yeah, Robot, your vocals just sounded really thin on it, but I like the track overall. I think your flow was solid. I think I gave it an 8. I just thought that maybe in the EQ, add a little bit more thickness to your vocals with the low end frequencies, since the beat itself isn't really like a bass heavy, it doesn't have no subs in it, nothing, it's just a kick, a flat little punchy kick. So that's all I said. And then probably, just crack the joke on your namesake since you weren't around to defend yourself, stuff like that. But yeah, shout out Classy, shout out Drunk Robot. Next up, Fallen Dove, Do You? ? Why not just put the question mark? Why write out question mark? That's crazy.
Do you love me as you say? Would you love me the same in the future in every way? And grow sharp from mistakes. Wise was where you seemed what we most sincerely. You're there in my dreams. Hold me loving and closely. Hold me, keep it clear like crystals reflected. But it's just another man to taunt me with my fear of my heart losing you. Don't think I ever use you, cause they're rare and few. Do you still think I'm perfect too? Do you know how I feel? I want you as my wife, but I can't move too fast, you'll push yourself away. I know my soul is right, my tuition never steered. I know I'm just a choice, but I promise I love you. Do you love me as you say? Would you love me the same in the future in every way? And grow sharp from mistakes. Wise was where you seemed what we most sincerely. You're there in my dreams. Hold me loving and closely. I know I want that path to stay as is forever. I know you're my half, I'll put in all that effort. Cause I wanna laugh and go to bed together. And I'll have your back, I'll give you my fares. Do you love me as you say? Would you love me the same in the future in every way? And grow sharp from mistakes. Wise was where you seemed what we most sincerely. You're there in my dreams. Hold me loving and closely.
Alright, that was The Fallen Dove with Do You? Question mark. That shit sounds crazy, fam. But not in a good way. Crazy like you got the little wavy voice shit going on with your stuff, and it's throwing all of your keys off, like all of your tones off. Like this shit sounds crazy. Like why? Hold on, where is it? Hold on, this. My heart, like it sounds like you're going through puberty, not expressing a song. Turn that off, please. Dear God. Yeah, the effect that you put on your vocals is not helping this. And if you were going for that, I've been getting a lot of flack lately for questioning people's stylistic choices, as if I've never made a stylistic choice myself. If that was your stylistic choice, then I just question it. Why? But no, like even on that line that it just stopped on. My fear and my heart losing you. Heart. One thing that I will always express to people that I've learned over the last 20 years of writing songs and trying to record and perform them, heart is a hard word to end a line on. Because what do you have? Heart, cart. You have a bunch of equally hard words to try to pronounce and say in a cool manner. So when we were talking earlier about being able to say things naturally and confidently with unit and catalyst, heart and cart are not good song words. Like how many songs do you know where you can repeat the lyrics where it says something about hearts? Not a lot. Achy Breaky Heart. But he did a good job with that shit. Smooth that shit out. But you can't name a lot of songs where you're like rhyming heart with stuff. Heart is a hard sell. A lot of this, like Robot said, vocal confidence. I think the vocal confidence even before the effects, like it's just mistakes. It's hard for me to critique this because like, do I critique you saying mistakes, or is that just like the vocal effect making it sound goofy as hell? So, you know, I guess in the same vein, it just kind of goes back to being able to say things confidently and not in a an overly performative fashion. Because once you feel more confident in your voice and how you say things, the less you do all this experimental stuff, unless it's like truly something that you're trying to go for stylistically. And that goes back to the whole stylistic choice. It's like, I think if you're more confident in your voice, vocal stylistic choices become less frequent. Like T-Pain probably didn't turn auto-tune on because he thought he was, you know, doing something new. He wasn't a trained singer. He turned it on because he's like, I'm a rapper. I just happen to have a smooth voice. So in order for me to convince people that I can sing, let me put this effect on it. And it just sounded cool. You know, some people don't just, you know, do effects because they're confident and they want to try something new. Some people are just literally just trying shit out. But I just think you need more vocal confidence. It just sounds like a weird track overall. I think the beat is okay. What was that? The snare, the clap? Hold on. Yeah, the clap sounds generic as hell. You need to sound engineer the clap or get a new clap. But everything else about the beat was cool. Overall, I give the track a 3.5. Next up, All Savant says, finally. Is this the first full All Savant song in years? Did All Savant decide that because D-Bird isn't here, he will sneak one under the radar?
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I mean, if you're here, count yourself lucky to experience this. Let's see what All Savant is up to. This is called Say Why.
Give off the impression that you'll win. That you alone. Tell me where you're at. Tell me that you need it real bad. Tell me, are you alone? If so, then I'll get closer. So problematic. You out in my ear for I land back through my landing. From a yes, I'm mine. No, I'm not fine. It's gonna be your last. So don't hop on it too fast. So don't run off like it's task. So don't hop up in the B&B. My bitch is shaking ass. Oh, I know that you're glad, don't you? Fake it with me. Better be patient with me. Baby, tell me, are you alone? So then I'll get closer. Why do I need so much the same why. And I find you. Why you on guard about why you acting hard about I sit on this space and you start praying straight to God about you know I'll be busy stuck up in Atlanta you know that I'm busy oh so now I'm blocked yeah. Oh so now I'm not the one shit don't get so mad I'll be back soon with a lot of kisses and back too. If you listen, I just told you I am all you want. A love at home and meant to come back to. Why do I need so much the same why. The same why. The same why.
All right. Shout out All Savant. Say Why by All Savant. I like this, man. It's good to finally hear what sounds like more of a finished piece of art from you rather than 30 seconds of you moaning and going skibidi boop bop boop on a beat. I like this. I think that this sounds more polished in like your breath control. Like I think a lot of times in the little experimental snippets that you have, like the keys are off because you're just like basically putting down a rough draft of it. But on this one, you know, maybe there was like one part where it didn't quite hit the key, but I think like 99% of it was like where you intended it to be. The only like real critical thing, where was it, like 220, I heard.
Don't get so mad, I'll be back soon with a lot of kisses and backs too. If you
Some of those like lines that you have, I wish that you put a little bit more vocal fry or like sustain like the notes a little bit longer to really kind of bring out some of that feeling. Like you do a lot of like short tense, short statements here and there. And not to say that you have to do it in your lead vocal. Maybe you can polish it up with like some layers underneath. But, you know, overall, like I said, I think the pieces were there. They were lined up where they needed to be. Some of the parts where you had layers, it would be cool if you like panned them a little bit wider, because it sounded like everything was really kind of centered geared. But like with your voice, if you're going to hit like different layers at different octaves, like kind of panning those out and giving it some more width would feel a little bit better sonically from what I'm hearing, because everything just felt like it was just directed toward the center. You had some like bouncing effects at the end that sounded cool, but you know, I want to hear that like through the entirety of the track, not just like some little ear candy at the outro. But overall, I thought it was a well put together track, relatable track. I liked it. I would give it a 9. Give it a 9. History in the making, that's right. Yeah, reverb might help too. I don't think... Let me listen. Reverb. It's a good point. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Vocals are a little bit loud too. Maybe turn the vocals down like 2 or 3 decibels, because you're a little bit like forward on the beat, and maybe that adds to like it sounding just super centered, is that the vocals are like loud in comparison to the beat. But I can see what Robot is saying, adding some reverb here to kind of like give it that fuller effect as well. I don't think you need a lot of it, because you're not singing super powerful, but just enough to kind of give it like some little subtle softness would go a long way. Shout out Robot. All right, next up, Casanova Westside, another song from the new album. Just finished the beat. It's called Free Fall. The beat took forever. Now that you're making it intentionally. Who is on this one? Because I know last time you wrote the lyrics, but you had AI singing it. What are you working on over there at Casanova in Chicago, in Chi-Town? Tell us. Let us know. We are curious. I remember now. So what's gonna happen on this? Is there gonna be rapping? Is there gonna be singing? Give us some. What's the vision here? Oh. Okay. What are you doing here? Okay. I think I got the gist of it. I can definitely say with like 95% confidence, this part here didn't interest me as much as this part here. Like the little intro part before it got a little bit more spiced up and jazzy, it worked, but I was ready to say, I'm not really into it. It's a good beat, but I wasn't really digging it until the little change up happened and the wind instruments came in and the piano came in. Like I like that part more than I like the intro leading up to it. And maybe, like I said, you have some more, I was gonna say, exactly what you just said. Like Casanova has a good knack for storytelling raps and keeping people invested and entertained by his voice alone. So I could picture a scenario where the beat isn't entertaining me, but what he's saying is distracting me enough that I'm not being like, oh, this beat is boo-boo. But then the rest of the beat came on, I'm like, oh, this beat is great. And I would say the same thing that I said about the other song that you played, or the other beat that you played, where it was like, you spend a lot of time on the atmosphere of the production and curious how it will unfold with the vocals on top of it. Like if you've done too much on the production side before the vocals even, breathe life into it. But, I have faith in your ability and your vision. So I'm curious to see how it'll all turn out. But I definitely think that the production sounds super dope and polished. I was just more of a fan of the after rather than the intro. Overall, I give it a 9. Yeah. Anonymous just tipped. Oh, Casanova just tipped. Not so anonymous, are you? Ha 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 ha. What else you got? Another one. Is this another beat? Number 8. New number. Oh, is this the song New Number? The song that I've heard before? I like that song. Seems longer though. 4 minutes, 27 seconds. After this one, we got Jacob, and then we got Sully. Skip around just a little bit. I was trying to think of the comparison that I wanted to use, but if I had to compare what I'm hearing production-wise from you, it just reminds me of like an R&B version of stuff that Just Blaze used to put together, where it's like you can tell the level of input that went into just the arrangement of the beat alone on, like, before even any vocals were imagined. Like, nah, I want this section to sound this, I want the drums to go here, and the cymbals to crash here, and the hi-hats to come back in like here. Like, you can tell the level of intricacy and the details that went into like the production alone. And it's interesting, like, your style of beats all sound like R&B stuff to me. It's like R&B stuff, but I think you have such a well-polished cadence and a good presence at dictating stories that you could rap on anything essentially and make it a rap song, or you can rap on it and you can get somebody to sing on it. So, you know, I think the versatility kind of leads in your favor, but the production is very interesting and curious in itself. But I can definitely hear like the effort that went into it. Did Kanye die? What? Rest in peace. I guess Kanye did die, and then Ye was born. Shout out to Ye. Or am I not allowed to say that? I shouldn't say that, right? Can I say that? I'm sorry, it's too late. It's out there. But nah, I love this. I would give this one I give it a 9. I like it a little bit better than the last one because I didn't have any yuck feelings about the intro. Last one, I was in my feelings a little bit. But I like this one. Yeah, I'm definitely curious what this album, this whole project's going to sound like. Whoever you're working with on the production, shout out to them as well. Y'all are doing a stand-up job. I'm super impressed. All right, couple more. Jacob, Goodbye, produced by NMT4.
Goodbye to the bullshit. Goodbye to the ones in the coffin. Goodbye to the ones that gave me love but don't know more back when I was J. Austin. Goodbye to the BS that you speak. Hello to the things I always love, like playing PlayStation with a blunt. Should I roll train wreck or just the runs? While I say goodbye to all the shit that had me down before. I can't fuck with you bitches cause you bitch you want more. Can a player have a rest? Can a G have some weed? I need a break from the net. Been a long damn time since I was free. Free from stress and all the pain. The fruit don't fall far from the tree. I feel like I can't catch my breath. Why do I feel like every day test? I was out here a little young with the lead. I was 14 when I see my first 10 piece. All my OGs had a whip with the bread. Had two shawty just sitting in bed. R.I.P. to my dog, to my woe. That's for sure, that's for sure, that's for sure, that's for sure. I'll wave goodbye to the bullshit. Goodbye to the ones in the coffin. Goodbye to the ones that gave me love but don't know more back when I was J. Austin. Goodbye to the BS that you speak. Hello to the things I always love, like playing PlayStation with a blunt. Should I roll train wreck or just the runs? While I say goodbye to all the shit that had me down before. I can't fuck with you bitches cause you bitch you want more. Can a player have a rest? Can a G have some weed? I need a break from the net. Been a long damn time since I was free.
Once you realize that all the shit you used to care so much about just keeps you a prisoner of your own mind. But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? You stop trying so hard and you surrender to the knowing that you don't know anything. I dream about things way beyond this atmosphere. But for now, I'm here.
Yeah. That was Goodbye by Jacob. Shout out to Jacob. I like this. I like it a lot. I mean, I don't have to nitpick on like flow or anything. I think everything sounded pretty polished. The only thing that I would critique is the vocals do sound a little bit stuffy. I don't know if you're necessarily done with the mix, but they sound like super thick. Maybe if they can be loosened up a little bit, get a little bit of clarity to them. But I think the song overall is good. Like, I like the good personal touches on it. I like the story, and I like the overall vibe of it. I think it works well for an EP or even like an intro to an album, the once rumored Jacob album that was being worked on. But no, it's a good track. Solid flow, solid vibe, solid feel, solid everything. Just the vocals sound a little bit stuffy to me, but I like this. I give it a 9.5. Maybe a 9 on a bad day. I was having a bad day at work, but I feel better now. Feel better that I talked some shit about people. Yeah, it's a good track. I would definitely play this again. Play a lot of tracks that we heard tonight again. Been some good stuff. I like you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for flooding my ears with better vibes than I had at work today. I'll remember that for like the next 24 hours. And then I might forget tomorrow and just be rude to y'all, but just remember we had this one moment of an hour and a half where I really appreciated you all for being there for me. All right, next up, Sully. 30-second snippet, thinking of scrapping it. Okay. Breakup call.
I'm not crazy, I just care.
Why you when you wake up? Where's your perfume or your makeup? Yeah, this might just be a breakup call. How do I get away from this all? I hit my final countdown. You made your final drive over.
Let me listen to that again.
Perfume or your makeup? You when you
Just care.
Why you when you wake up? Where's your perfume or your makeup? Yeah, this might just be a breakup call. How do I get away from this all? I hit my final countdown. You made your final drive over.
Without hearing the rest of the track, the one thing that I can say is like the last half of your verse, or what the part of the verse that's here, and the first half feel a little bit different to me. Like, I don't know what vibe you're going for. If you want to share, like, should it be more of an up feeling or a down feeling? Because like the second half of it, I think felt like more of a down feeling, and I think that those tones worked well with what you were trying to do. Like the first couple of lines, the break up, wake up, it felt like a little too airy, like a little, not airy, but like a little bit too energetic for the words that were being said, if that makes sense. But like as the verse kind of proceeded onward, like you kind of settled into your mood a little bit, and I think those felt a little bit more comfortable in the delivery. But I'm not sure like what you were going for. Were you going for like feeling definitely up, content is meant to be kind of dark? Okay, well, let me listen to it one more time then.
You wake up, why you when you wake up? Where's your perfume or your makeup? Yeah, this might just be a breakup call. How do I get away from this all? I hit my final countdown. You made your final drive.
I think the main difference between the start and the close of this is like the vocal fries, the sustenance, the sustainability of the words. Like when you first start out, you do like this.
Are you when you wake up? Where's your perfume or your makeup?
Where your perfume or your makeup, like there's no sustain going on with those lines, where you get a little bit further along and you kind of get more swag to yourself.
Get away from
this all, like you start extending words out because you start getting a little bit more comfortable. That's the main difference that I hear between the start and the finish, is like once you got a little bit comfortable in the recording, you kind of like relax a little bit. And maybe that was a choice, but I feel like if you had that same relaxed approach to the beginning, when you wake up and break up, like if you extend those words out a little bit long, it feels like a little bit more natural and comfortable. Yeah, you don't even necessarily like have to go redo it. Like you could put a layer underneath it and just kind of highlight those little accentuations there, and like kind of just like bring it more consistent. So that was the main thing that I heard. That's why it kind of threw me off of like what vibe you were going for, because the start felt a little bit different than the finish. But I still like it. Like it would be interested to see like what does the hook sound like, how does it evolve over time and everything. I think it's, worth finishing. Without it's only 30 seconds. I give it an 8, I guess. I don't know. But I'm not mad at it at all. I just don't know what direction it was headed in after that. But it seemed interesting from the start. Just the difference in what words you chose to sustain at the beginning and the end just felt a little bit different. That's all. It's good. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. That's all we got for the queue. Unless you guys got anything else. How's everybody feeling? How did I do by myself? Am I fired? Can I come back Sunday and hang with you guys again? Is that allowed? Is that fair? Are we friends still? I see everybody's like firing up for some sort of gaming. I don't want to interrupt the gaming night. I'm in a very good mood. Surprisingly, I was not in a very good mood before I started the show. rough day on the IT front, I should say. Good Lord. I literally worked up until like 15 minutes before I went live. And I was like, you know what? Some stuff you got to just wait until the next day. But appreciate y'all. Good tracks tonight. Shout out to the community. Shout out to JCC one more time for winning the Square Up Rush tournament. Getting ready to get set up for the producer artist tournament. So Mr. Drunk Robot, Mr. Agua Boy, Mr. Sully, Jacob, if you guys would like to compete, I'm not forcing anybody's hands, but find yourself a producer. If they're not already in the community, invite them to community. It'll be a team, one artist, one producer, no sharing. I don't want to see Bob working with Billy and then Bob working with Jimmy and Ralph, just Bob and Billy. All right. Find yourself an artist, find yourself a producer, team up, take on the world. The community voted for a $10 buy-in, so 90% of those funds are going back into the winner's pockets. So I guess as an artist producer team, decide how you guys want to split the funds, but buy-in is going to be $10. So, you know, if one person wants to pay the full 10 or the artist pays 5, the producer pays 5, whatever y'all decide, 90% goes back into the winner's pockets. The last 10% is just going to go to server maintenance and all the other good jazz, because we got bills too, buddy. This ain't free, all right? Shit costs money, but it's okay, you know. Cover some of the costs for you guys, get you guys up and going, but it should be fun. I'm going to go ahead and probably start setting everything up this weekend. Well, this weekend is my son's birthday, so I might be a little bit preoccupied, but definitely by like next week, I'll start like getting signups ready. But we'll try to kick the tournament off by the end of March. That way we can get things going. I don't know how many people are going to show up. I've heard a lot of talking, so maybe we'll get like a good 16 teams out of it. I don't know. We'll see. But we had a pretty full artist tournament, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. After that, we'll get some other stuff going. But shout out to you guys. We'll get you guys set up for some more music making. And I'll be back Sunday to listen to stuff in the review queue for free. There's Unit. Boy, you better go to sleep, man. I literally wait until I go to sleep every night at like 2 a.m. for Unit to be like, good morning, and send me a picture of the mountains. That's my cue, like, okay, time to shut it down and go to sleep because Unit just woke up and it's time for him to go to work. So go get your rest, boy. We'll see you guys. Wait, who is that? Oh, Twitch. What the hell is Twitch Unit then? Oh, that's Agua Boy. What is your name different on Twitch? What the fuck is that? I don't know what happened there. Anyway, well, I'm just telling y'all about my infatuation with Unit for no reason. Please pardon me. I'm delusional. I should probably go eat because I haven't eaten today. I'll see you guys on Sunday, and we'll be back next Wednesday to do this all over again. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Shout out Casanova, G Baby, Agua Boy, Jacob, Robot, Lemonado,